Top of the morning world. How you guys doing this fine day? All right, so today I wanted to have a few words with you guys today this morning. Turn the tunes down a little bit. Just wanted to come to you guys today and have a few words with you. It's today's topic is kind of an extension of what I touched on yesterday. Surprisingly, the women folk didn't excommunicate me. They didn't eviscerate me in my DMs. They didn't come for me like I thought they were. I was quite surprised to see that a lot of them agreed with me and my logic, which tells me that their mindset is one of honesty, because they know some of their homegirls. They know they may not, exhibit the qualities that I was talking about, but they got homegirls that do. More homegirls than they would like to admit. Now, on the flip side of that, kings, this one today is for you guys. If we are going to be asking for these women to be caring, be submissive, be, everything that we want them to be, then we got to give them something to be submissive to. And just because you got a penis don't mean that you deserve to be submitted to. Just because you're a guy doesn't mean you get those rights. I see a lot of dudes out here with the power to mislead people down the wrong way. They're using their power for the wrong reasons. I see a lot of people that are uninformed. A lot of people that are just out here going. Stop that shit, fellas. Educate yourself. And when I say educate, I'm going to stop right there for a moment. When I say educate, I'm not calling for you to go out there and get some graduate level degrees. No. When I say educate yourself, you should be intelligent. Intelligence and education. Actually, there's no way to say intelligize yourself. So I'm going to say, educate yourself. But I'm really saying, you need to be intelligent, because there's a difference between intelligence and education. Education is more so tied to books, and intelligence is more so tied to the way your brain works and processes information and your reasoning, your logic, that type of stuff. So you need to be an intelligent individual. And for these young ladies to be able to come out here and comfortably submit to you, comfortably follow behind your lead. A lot of guys out here, they half-assing, they half-stepping, and I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm from the school of Cornell West, Dr. Cornell West. Let me put some respect on his name. We hold people accountable, and it's a lot of sorry-ass dudes out there. Personally, I don't hang with sorry dudes. I'll cut your ass off quick. If you're still doing the same stuff that you were doing 5 years ago, fellas, you're losing. The goal in life should be, steady progression, up, up, up. A lot of people fall into that trap of wanting to be a baller or a boss. Like, stop. Just stop. Because y'all cap. How you expect to be a boss? You wasn't even a good soldier, man. Come on. Like, you got to be a soldier before you're a boss. It's levels to this shit. And those guys out there that are with the cap trying to, false flag, fake flagging, you are hurting society. You're hurting these women. You're hurting yourself. Because the people that are coming up under us are watching this stuff. And they're looking at it like, okay, do I be solid or do I be fake? The dudes that I grew up watching, idolizing, they were solid individuals. I won't get into some of their toxic ways, but they solid. They went to work. They cared for their families. They took care of their kids. They took care of other people's kids. You know, they disciplined you when needed. They kept you on the right path. They didn't subscribe to all the fake and the foolery and the fuck shit. It's a lot of guys that subscribe to the fake and the foolery and the fuck shit, all behind chasing some likes and some clout, when, you know, in reality, we're leaving these females without quality males to follow behind. Now, you know, we're leaving them without quality leaders, excuse me. Because all y'all want to be bosses, you don't know how to be leaders. In order to have one of these top-notch women, you have to be a good leader, because they want to be led in a proper way. If you're not leading in the proper way, then they are not going to follow you. If you're not giving them something to say, well, you know what, I would want my son to be like that. They don't want their son out there with the, you know, pants about it, below their ass, you know, the fake Balenciaga shoes on, you know, running around with their partners. You know, those type of cats I'm talking about. You know, you do everything for likes, everything for clout and swag, so to say. That's not the wave, young man. That's not the wave, young king. That's not the wave, brother. The wave is being a father. The wave is being a leader. The wave is having intelligence. The wave, excuse me, let me back up. And intelligence is not just going and reading stuff on a blog. Get the fuck off them blogs and the internet, guys. That shit that y'all are reading, these conspiracy theories, some of the stuff that I hear, I just be like, oh my God. Like, who the fuck told you that was true? I literally had a guy trying to tell me, explain COVID to me, and I'm numb. I'm like, bro, you don't even have a high school diploma. You didn't even finish high school, but you finna break down the cellular structure of a fucking virus to me? Like, I'm not saying that you couldn't do it, but what is the likelihood of it? What are the odds? I play the odds. I play the likelihoods. I don't really judge people. I just look at the likelihood and the odds and shit. A lot of people like, you mean direct. No, I just looked at the odds and the likelihood, and it's not high odds and it's not very likely that that motherfucker there was going to explain COVID to me. But you have individuals out there that think because they speak passionately about it or get loud or you know, yeah. I had a homeboy in college that used to always yell when he was trying to prove his point and be yelling and wrong. The shit used to be so funny. I won't call his name, my cousin, but damn, I did it. But you know, it's crazy how some of these cats out here claim to be intelligent, but they're not even worth the paper that, you know, is not even worth this napkin. You gotta be intelligent. It's not okay to fake the intelligence either, guys. If you don't know, it is perfectly fine to say, well, you know what, I'm not versed in this shit, I don't know. Me personally, I like to tell people, hey man, I don't know, don't get me the line about that now, I don't lie. You know, and then go and research about it. But, excuse me, you have to be able to lead. You have to give these women something to want to attach themselves to. Something more than just your flash. Because I can assure you, I'm gonna tell you like this right now. I see it I do it every day, as a matter of fact. These young ladies who chase after these guys in these, you know, Balenciaga, fake Balenciaga shoes or whatnot, and these, you know, whatever the hell they fashion they wearing. But that young lady, that same young lady that see me in my tailored suit, ooh, you should see the stares I get. Shit, I walk my boss ass walking through that looking like this. It's the energy, it's the aura, it's the way you carry yourself, it's the way you present yourself that attracts people. Like, listen, man, I could write a book on game, fellas. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all how to get some play out here in this world, because what y'all doing is, one, you know, you set yourself up for failure, because what normally happens is we have a cycle that goes on. You get the girl, girl gets with you, you have a little fun with it, and then she gets bored with it because she sees there's no substance there. She sees there's no structure there. She sees there's no one to actually lead her into a better way of life there. And then she leaves. Or, she may not leave because, it might be a toxic situation. So now y'all stuck in a toxic situation. And it's crazy the how many times I see that cycle happen. And it needs to stop. But it's going to start with you fellas. And I'm not emotional about it. And trust me, anytime I make these videos, guys, please don't think I'm getting really emotional or tied up in this. I speak very directly and honestly. And in this world that we live in, people that speak very directly and honestly are labeled as mean and assholes and all type of other stuff. So that's why it kind of seems that I come off as, sometimes passionate or emotional. I'm just speaking directly. I'm telling you like it is. I'm not afraid to hurt nobody's feelings. Personally, fuck your feelings. It is what it is. But to get back to my point, guys, you got to lead these young ladies properly. Now, I want to throw a little tidbit in there. Every man should have in their possession a Bible. Well, some faith-based book. Whether you are Muslim, Hebrew, Christian, whatever your faith is, root yourself in some faith, guys. Root yourself in some type of faith. Whatever you believe in, root yourself in it. And you should have at least one of those scripts, let's give me those texts, with you or own it. And we live in a digital age. If you can't get the paper-bound version, download the app. I think in my time I've downloaded about 2 or 3 different Bible apps. So, root yourself in faith. Have your religion about yourself. If anything, it'll help you keep balancing this crazy world. A suit that is tailored to you. Here's a tip, guys. You don't always have to, get a tailored suit freshly made, like specifically made from the ground up for you. You can take some of these off-the-rack suits and find you a good quality seamstress or tailor and take that bargain suit that you bought off the rack to them and let them work their magic. These individuals literally get paid to sew. So if they're good enough, they know all the tricks of the trade. They know how to extend those sleeves. They know how to make that little curve in the back of your suit jacket. They know how to let out that leg, take it up a little bit. They know how to bring the pants in a little bit. Then I do all those tricks of the trade that the average tailor or the average seamstress may not know. So that's why I say have you a good fitting suit and a nice pair of clean dress shoes to match that suit. Here's the thing about a suit, guys. That one suit, you can wear that, rock it out a couple different ways with a couple different pair of shoes, a couple different pair of socks, and a couple different dress shirts. So you should have your Bible. You should have your suit that is tailored to your fitting. Don't be sitting around here with that bag ass suit on, guys. That's not the wave. I know slim fit and all that is the wave, but please believe. We know when the suit is too tight for you. We know when you got your little brother's suit on. All right, that's the difference between tailored and high watered. So you should have your faith and some type of decent suit so you look good when you want to try and dress up. Another thing that I believe all guys should have is a relationship with some type of older OG type person. Whether it's, your father, your uncle, a mentor, somebody that you can go to that is older than you, that's wiser than you, that's been through some little bit more shit than you, that could possibly guide you through this. Because manhood is a crazy situation. Manhood is a crazy situation, especially if you're a black man. I know it's crazy across the board, but when you're a black man, it's a little bit extra crazy. I may be biased, but hey, it is what it is. When times get tough, sometimes you may not always have the answers. But if you have that older gentleman that's been there or been through it, you know, while you freaking out, they might be hella calm. And that's because they've already dealt with what you dealt with 3 or 4 times. And in his head, I'm just finna get this young in the game and he gonna be alright. That's why he not freaking out. But you might be going crazy because you never seen that situation. But the OG has, possibly 2 or 3 times. And OG gonna give you the game and say God bless. Now, those are the 3 must-haves that I think men should have. You know, it's a lot more things that I think guys should have, but those are the 3 that I think, you know, if you got those 3, you know, it can help you take a step to the next level. And life is about taking steps, guys. If you still on that street nigga shit, then the message that I'm sending might not resonate with you. I'm just being honest. Because the message that I'm shooting is uphill. That street nigga shit is down here. The shit I'm talking about is on the higher level. So if you watching this and you feel a certain type of way, like, dang, I'm in the streets, you don't always want to be on the streets, do you? Because some of you guys are in the streets for no fucking reason. You don't have to be. There's other opportunities out there for you. Some guys, it's a means to it. I understand it. Use that shit. Don't get caught up in it and elevate up out of that shit. But some of you guys is just doing it for the clout, doing it for the likes, doing it because your big homie or your big bruh, who's actually younger than you, is doing it. That's not the wave, guys. That's not a follower. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. I don't want to really go too heavy because I got to go inside and do some work. And I can talk about this shit all day. But all in all, guys, I need you niggas to level up. Stop with all the boss talk. Everybody want to be a chief, and nobody want to be an Indian. You can't be a boss. Some of y'all hollering at boss, and I ain't never even seen you do no soldier shit. You can't just jump out there and call yourself a boss. And think about this. Would you rather be a boss or a leader? Bosses are disconnected. Bosses don't know the process. Bosses just stand up at the top and bark orders. Bosses are rarely liked. But leaders, what is a leader? Leaders have gone through the mud. Leaders have walked that walk, talked that talk. A leader can get up on that pedestal and bark those orders out, but at the same time, a leader is ready, willing, and able to jump up off that pedestal and be like, guys, look, this is how we do it. Do. And people respect leaders a lot more than they respect bosses, because they know a leader is going to never ask them to do something that they cannot do or isn't willing to do. So that's the note I'm going to leave you guys with. You know, do you want to be a boss or a leader? Because sooner or later, bosses get fired. Bosses become obsolete. Bosses get replaced. But a leader will always have a place. Leaders always have a place in this world. Peace.